Hey guys, Chart Stoppers back with another video. In this channel, we take a look at different stocks and map out their key support and resistance areas on their daily chart. It's important to know these areas before you buy any stock, and it's also important to know what kind of a trend a stock is in before you buy into it. Support and resistance is one of the most important things you should know about a stock before you either buy or sell. And also, if you're doing any day trading, swing trading, or options trading, you're definitely going to want to get familiar with this channel and support and resistance. Now, just to let you know, I'm not a financial expert. These videos are for educational purposes only, but I am here to point out key factors on the charts which do impact the price action of a stock. I also provided a link in the description for Webull. You could use it to start an account and you'll get 2 free stocks. I also provided a link for Robinhood. You could use that to start an account. You'll get 1 free stock. And just to let you know, we will be doing 3 videos per week on 3 different stocks. So if you have a recommendation for a video, leave a comment below and I will try to get to it. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and have your notifications on so you don't miss out on any new videos here. Okay, so let's get into the market today. Today is Thursday, October 7th, 2021. And you could see here the S&P 500 is up 1.19%. The Dow is up 1.26%. And the NASDAQ is up 1.43%. So we're having a little bit of a turnaround from last week here. We have that 5% correction that we had in the S&P these past couple weeks here. Looking like we're turning around from that these past couple days here. So we'll see what happens to finish out the week. But everything's looking good these past couple days here. So we'll keep an eye on the market, and I hope everyone's doing good out there. So let's get into the stock I want to take a look at today. Today I'm going to be covering Amazon. I've done a few videos on Amazon in the past. I will provide a link in the upper right-hand corner to the most recent one, and you can go back and check that out if you want to see how I got to where my chart is today. You should be seeing that link right about now. But at the time of this recording, Amazon is currently trading at $3,318.83. It's up $56.92 on the day, which is the equivalent of about 1.72%. On the week, it is up 0.87%. In the past month, however, this stock is down 5.85% so far. And in the past 3 months, this stock is down 10.8%. So you're, a big discount in this stock if you are buying in right now. In the past year, it is only up 5.77%. So that is not like Amazon going back a year to only be up 5.75%. You're expecting a big stock like Amazon, one of the biggest stocks in the stock market, to give you a bigger return in a year than 5%, a little over 5%. So, as you can see from the stock or the chart here, it's pretty much been trading in a range for the past year. Okay, and from my chart here, I'm only going back to looks like I'm only showing back to around April of last year. You could see back here, but as you could see, it made a big run up and then it got inside this range once it passed $3,000 here. And once it passed $3,000, it started trading in between $3,000 and $3,500, okay? And as you could see from our chart, it has not left that area ever since. We did have a brief breakout period right before this last earnings report, and that was between the beginning of July here and the end of July. So about a month period where it did break out above that 3550 area. It made an all-time high of $3,773.08. And it made that on, let's see what the date was. That was on July 13th of earlier this year. And it only lasted a day before we had a big sell-off. It dropped all the way back down inside the channel before making another attempt at that all-time high before getting rejected and getting back inside that channel. And then the earnings report came out and we had a very big sell-off, a 7 sell-off after the earnings report where they missed on their revenue this last time. And you could see the huge gap that was left behind in the daily chart here. The huge gap down. And, there was even more of a gap down after that. You could see just it left the gap and then it went down even farther after that. I believe it was something like a 12% decline from the top to the bottom here before it reversed. Okay, so that was a huge decline in the stock price before reversing ultimately and making this run up here. But as you could see, it's been stuck between this 3,000 and this resistance point of $3,553 to be exact here. That's where I have my resistance point, and that's this line right here. That is our top resistance point, and it is stuck right there. Going down our chart, you could see that I have a support line right at 3,100, and this should be at, let's see here, this should be at 3,100 and around 75 here. Okay, I'm going to try to get it as close as I can. So this should be at 3,175. That is where we have found support. We found support there after this earnings report here, and as you could see, it fell down there after earnings. And it bottomed out there, made a reversal before getting stopped out at that resistance point again for, it looks like, let's count it here, one, that we could call this 2 because it almost made there 3, and this was around 4. The 5th time it's hit that resistance line and got rejected off of there. Okay, so that was the 5th time we got rejected off of that resistance, came back down, and now, just recently, a couple days ago, we tested this support again at that $3,174 range, retesting that earnings low here that we hit back in August here. So it looks like we might be reversing here in this area, just like we reversed over here after that earnings low. As you could see, it looks very familiar, just like over here with that inverted hammer at the bottom. As you could see right in here, you see this inverted hammer candle right at the bottom, and then you see the reversal. We have the same thing over here just a couple days ago. You have this inverted hammer, and then it looks like we're starting to reverse. So keep an eye on this, because it looks like we might be reversing just like we did over here. So keep an eye on this as we start to reverse up. Could be just like over here after this earnings, okay? So also down here, if we do not reverse to the upside and keep falling down, if we drop below this 3,174 level, we could be headed down to this next support level at 3,000. That is an area that has held up. Like I said, we've been stuck between that 3,000 and 3,550 range since last year around June. So keep an eye on that. That will be our support if we break this support. Also, looking at our chart, zooming in here, you could see these gaps that need to be filled in. Okay, so to the upside here, we have a gap between 3,429 to 3,452. That is a gap we need to fill on the upside, and also up here at 3,549 to 3,580. So those are gaps that were left behind on the way down here that we need to fill back in on the way up. So it looks like we might be headed back up to fill those gaps in. But first things first, we are stuck in this downtrend here, and I warned this on my last video showing this downtrend that we've been stuck in, and it was right around this area, where this downtrend was on the last video, and sure enough, we continued to drop. So keep an eye on this downtrend. If we trade up, hit this downtrend, and continue to fall, well, that is just, testing the trend and continuing to fall. We haven't broken any downtrend, and we are still in the downtrend, okay? So we have to make a higher high to get out of this downtrend and break this red trend line. So we have to make sure that once we get up to this trend line, we have to break out of this trend here and make a higher high above here and make a closing candle above this red trend line to confirm that we are out of the downtrend. Okay, so make sure once we get, if we do get up to this level, make sure we close above this trend line here to confirm that we are out of this downtrend and we can continue to the upside. Okay, but we'll get to that once we do get back to this level. We're not there yet. All right, so I'm just going to add back in my moving averages. I don't have them on my chart right now. Let's see what our moving averages are looking like. And as you can see right now, we are at our 200-day moving average on our daily chart. The yellow line is our 200-day moving average. We have popped back above our 8-day moving average. So that is good for us. That shows momentum. We're right at that 200-day. That would be nice to close above there and get back above that 200-day. As you can see, we've fallen below there this past week. So we need to get back above that 200-day and then ultimately get back above this 50-day here in the dark blue and our 21-day. And then we'll be off to the races getting above this red trend line. Okay, so let's check out our weekly chart here. And also it looks like our 50-period moving average on our weekly chart is acting as support here. So we need to close above this weekly 50-period moving average here in the dark blue. We need to close this week out above that to keep that support going. Okay, so that'll be very important tomorrow, or for the rest of today and tomorrow, to stay above this blue line here and close above there tomorrow to keep that as support there. Okay, as you can see, that's been holding us up for a while here. So we did drop below there earlier in the week, as you can see the wick from the candle. So we need to stay above there and continue to the upside here. Okay, so switching back over to the daily chart, and that's about it for this one. That's just my update on Amazon. If you guys like the video, make sure you hit that like button. Really helps me out, really helps out the channel. And make sure you subscribe to the channel and have your notifications on so you don't miss out on any new videos like this. I want to thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time on Chart Stoppers.